Hey guys, what's up? It's Hope, and I'm here to bring you my week 47 post-op VSG update. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery exactly 47 weeks ago today, on July 1st, 2013, with Dr. Jerome Straps from the Southeast Texas Bariatric Center as my surgeon, and I'm here to bring you week 47, which is so insane crazy. I cannot believe it's been that long. I know I say it every week, but I could not be more grateful for where I am and where my journey has definitely brought me to. I'm going to start off with the numbers. My highest weight ever recorded was 330 pounds. On my day of surgery on July 1st, 2013, I was 306. Last week I came to weighing 196. That was a week 2 of a gain. I had my first back-to-back gain last week, and so that brought me to 196, and then this morning I was 193, which is, I cannot even put it into words. That's insane that I weigh 193. Can't even talk about it. It's so crazy. So that is a 3-pound loss from last week, which is also insane crazy. I cannot even believe that I had a 3-pound loss, but I am so thankful and so grateful for it. I will definitely take it for sure. Last week, I really went back to the basics, which is what I said in my last video I was going to do. I was really conscious about what I was eating and, didn't do as much grazing last week as I had been struggling with in the past. I've been dealing a lot with not feeling like I'm full all the time like I used to. Still having restriction, but not as much, which I know is something that's normal when you're this far post-op. But it was definitely something I was struggling with, so I was so excited to really just be able to kind of wrap my mind around nutrition and get back to the basics and, really focus on trying to make sure that I was doing, protein first and making sure I was doing everything like I was supposed to be. So I was super excited. I cannot even believe I have a 3-pound loss, but 193, that is the lowest I've ever weighed in my whole entire life, or as an adult anyway. And so I am just really excited about that. My next goal weight, of course, is going to be 185. That will put me in the overweight category for BMI, and that's really the last weight goal that I have as far as specific numbers. From the very beginning, I said that I didn't really want, I think in the very beginning I had said that I had a specific number I was trying to reach, but as the journey has continued and just following the advice from my surgeon, I have not had a specific goal weight in mind. I have specific goals that I would like to meet along the way, and as far as being in maintenance, I am really just listening to my body and trying to find a healthy space for me to be in and not really fixate on a number. So I'm grateful to have that mentality and not really compare my success with a specific number on the scale, and I feel like that has really helped me be successful along the way. If there are any newbies out there or people who are pre-op, that is definitely my advice to you, is just to make sure and listen to your body. And when you get to a point in your journey where you feel like you are at maintenance, then that is what's important, not fixating on a number and not really associating your success with a specific number on the scale. That I feel like has been really helpful for me along the way. I haven't really measured my success based on a specific number. So I'm just really grateful to be where I am for sure. So foods this week. Let's see, I had turkey burgers one night, which y'all know I love those. I do turkey burger wraps and lettuce, and so I do like a turkey burger patty with cheese, wrap it in lettuce with a little sour cream and a little ketchup and some pickles, of course, because I've been fixated on pickles for the last couple of weeks, which is so weird. Before surgery, I didn't really like pickles, but I've been loving them. That's like my new favorite food right now. So, and we'll wrap it in lettuce and eat that. Super delicious. I had turkey meatballs one night, which y'all know I love, with a little bit of marinara sauce and some Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese. What else did I have this week? I did make the Philly cheesesteak one night. I had showed that to all of you in my food haul video. It's already pre-cooked, and you just cook it in a skillet, and it kind of, cooks the meat down, and just, oh, it's super delicious. It has peppers and onions already in it, and I just eat that by itself. My husband actually made a wrap for his dinner that night. We had Philly cheesesteaks with some cheese, but oh, it was super, super good. So I definitely recommend that if y'all have an H-E-B close to where y'all are, picking up some of that Philly cheesesteak, because it is really good. What else? Lots of salads this week. I've been on a salad kick. Just lettuce and tomatoes and cheese and cucumbers and just really yummy vegetables in a salad with a little bit of ranch dressing or a little bit of sour cream. Oh, super delicious. I've been on a salad kick this week, so that's good. A little bit of popcorn this week, not as much as I was eating. I've told y'all that the popcorn that I eat is the Smart Food popcorn, the white cheddar kind. It's gluten-free, and it is really good. So if you haven't tried that, if you want to, I know a lot of people are against the whole popcorn thing, but I do have it in moderation, and it is really good. And then we had some grilled chicken one night. My husband grilled some chicken out on the grill, and I put like a piece of provolone cheese on top of it and ate that, and it was super good. We also had taco salads one night this week. The foods that I eat, every day are really just kind of the same each week, which I know is kind of boring, but, I have found that no matter what we're having for dinner, no matter where we go, if we're going out to a restaurant, really just trying to make good choices is key. We were traveling this past weekend, and I'll get more into that here in a little bit, but we were traveling this weekend, and someone asked me, we checked in at a Mexican restaurant on Facebook, and VSG Shayna asked me, she was like, well, if you go to a Mexican restaurant, what do you order? And that really brought up a really good point, so I kind of wanted to talk about that. No matter where I go, no matter where we're eating, no matter if we're out of town, if we're at home, I always try and make sure that it's a really good source of protein, no matter what I'm eating. So we were at the Mexican restaurant, and my husband and I, typically at Mexican restaurants, we'll share fajitas, which is a really good option, and I just eat the meat and onions and peppers, and that's typically what I eat. Sometimes I'll do, if they have like a grilled chicken option with some peppers and onions, I'll eat that too. But my husband and I share a lot when we go out to eat, and so that I feel like is also really good advice if you're new to this journey. It's making sure that no matter what, you're just making really good choices. Think about what you're eating before you put it in your body. Your food is your fuel, and that is something that I've really, really, really made my focus along the way, is making really good choices no matter where I am or no matter who I'm with. There's always going to be a really good source of protein anywhere. Like if we go out to eat with our friends, or if we go over, to our friend's house for dinner, they're going to have some sort of protein as the meal. And just making sure that you eat that first. Always making really good choices is so, so, so important. So I wanted to make sure and go over that with y'all. And that's really how I do it. No matter where we are, I always make sure that it's a really good source of protein. And I always make sure and eat my protein first. If there is a little bit of room left over, then I'll eat a side, whether that be a vegetable or a salad. I always try and make sure and, follow the rule, protein first. NSVs, let's talk about that for a minute. As far as NSVs go, my husband told me this weekend that I don't snore anymore, and I didn't even realize I was snoring before my surgery. And he said, oh yeah, you used to snore so loud, which kind of was embarrassing. And so I was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't even know I used to snore. And he was like, oh yeah. And so he said something about, he was like, you don't snore anymore. And I was like, oh my gosh, I used to snore. And he was like, yeah. So that's an NSV for sure. I definitely don't snore anymore, which I'm sure my husband is grateful for. I did buy some new pants this week. I don't have any summer clothes really at all, because last summer I was still at my heaviest in a size 24, 26. So I for sure got rid of all those clothes, and I actually bought a size 14, which is crazy. I've never been a 14 in my whole life. Like, that's insane crazy. So I'm officially in a size 14. I bought 2 pairs of capris. I'm still on the hunt for some work slacks, because the slacks I'm wearing now are a size 16, and they are really way too big. I showed y'all in my body shop video last week. They are way too big. And so I bought a size 14 pants, which is crazy. I was trying on swimsuits too, and I got a size 12 on, which I cannot even put into words. I ended up not getting it because it was still really tight, and just would, I do have some excess skin, so it's kind of hard for it to all kind of fit kind of how I want it to. So I ended up buying just like some shorts and like a tank top to swim in. But it was, it was whatever, because we went out of town this weekend and I needed something to swim in. I almost bought some shorts, and I've never really ever been comfortable wearing shorts, but just for me to even pull those off the rack and take them into the dressing room with me was a pretty big deal, so I'll count that as an NSV. And also my husband and I were talking this weekend, and he said, I used to feel really bad for you because your feet would swell so much, and I knew that your feet were hurting and there was nothing that I could do about it, and that made me feel so bad. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that made me feel like, of course it was really sweet that he felt bad for me, but just to know that he was really concerned. And of course he never said anything. I mean, he would be like, oh, let's make sure, prop up your feet, or if your feet are hurting, I'll rub them for you or whatever, because he's just so sweet. But I never knew that he felt bad for me. And he said, I'm really excited that you don't have that problem anymore, and because my feet don't swell anymore. And that was really something that I really struggled with pre-op, because I mean, I could just be walking for an hour, like if we were out and about doing stuff, and my feet would just get so huge, and they would hurt so bad just from being on my feet so much. And that's something I don't have to worry about anymore. And when he told me that, I was like, well, that's definitely an NSV for me not to have to worry about my feet swelling all the time. And then my feet have definitely shrunk too. I was in a size 11, 12 before surgery, and now we're like a 9.5 or a 10. So, which kind of is a bummer, because like a lot of the shoes that I wore before my surgery, I can't really wear anymore because they're way too big. And so I'm also having to buy new shoes. So that's something I never really expected. It's a good problem to have. No worries. I'm definitely grateful for it, but it's just something else that I didn't expect. And then I also posted a picture on Facebook, and I had a really hard time looking at it because it was like a full body shot of me and my husband, and I like could not believe that was me. Like looking at it, like I know I feel amazing, and I know I look different, and I know I wear like a large top, and I wear size 14 pants, but it was really weird seeing me in that picture. It just didn't look like me. And I had a couple people comment, like Sarah Harrison, I just love her so much, she's so amazing, and she said, oh my gosh girl, you look so tiny. What? Like when I read that comment, I was on Instagram, I was like, oh my gosh, like no one has ever used that word to describe me before. And then someone on Facebook did it, and I was like, she's like, what? I cannot believe that, like, someone, like, I think it was Greener Grass VSG, I think that's her name. Anyway, she was like, oh my gosh, you look so tiny. Or I was like, oh my gosh, like for people to even use that word to describe me is crazy. And then someone else said, oh my gosh, you look so skinny. Like, so weird. Like, because like, it's so amazing to hear that, but I didn't really do this surgery to be skinny or be tiny. It's definitely an added plus for sure for people to call me that, and it makes me feel really good. Like my, all this hard work is definitely paying off, but to hear people call me that is just really cool. It's so exciting. I'm going to go ahead and stop here and do a part 2. I've got a lot to talk about, so I didn't want to, go on and on with a super long video. So look for week 47 for for video 2 coming up. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Bye!